One more.
One.
We've had quite a few people asking us how the weight system works on MP-600. The Fast Track is a simple technology that involves two movable 8-gram weights in a simple track system. There are 6 location slots numbered from 1 in the heel to 6 in the toe. We can move these 2 weights around at any combination, so there's 15 different combinations to fine-tune your trajectory of your drives. Moving the weights moves the position of the CG in relationship to the shaft axis. So moving the weights away from the shaft axis or into the toe will produce more of a fade bias, and then if we move it into the heel, into positions 1 and 2, that would be a maximum draw bias. On top of that, we have 3 neutral settings as well. 2.5 is the factory setting and will produce a mid-launch with mid-spin. If we move the weights into 1 and 6, so that's 1 right in the heel, 1 right in the toe, we're actually moving the weight nearer towards the face, and that will bring the launch angle down and the spin rate down as well. The third neutral setting is in 3 and 4, so we're moving the weights back away from the face, and that's going to produce a slightly higher launch angle with more spin. Moving the weights is quite simple. We have a little wrench key here. Insert that into the weight. 2 or 3 turns, slide it round and lock it back into position. Very quick, hence the name Fast Track. So when you're choosing your MP-600, the important thing is to make sure that we have the right loft first of all. Although we have different neutral settings to affect the launch angle, the loft is key, so we need to get that right first. We need to get the shaft characteristics right for you as well, the kick point, the weight, etc. After that, we can then start moving the weights to fine-tune the flight. Now, Fast Track is not a swing correction aid. It's not going to stop a 50-yard slice or a duck hook. It really is to fine-tune it. And you can probably, well, with most golfers, we've found that you can move the ball about 15 yards from left to right down the fairway. We've had quite a bit of success already on tour with this, having only had it out for a couple of weeks. A lot of the guys we found benefit from having the weights in the 1-6 position. So this is a neutral setting, but the weight forward for a lower launch with less spin. Most of those guys are hitting it pretty hard. They generate a lot of spin, so they want to reduce that spin. A lot of amateurs that we've worked with may be struggling to get the ball airborne. Put the weights into 3 and 4, that's going to give them a slightly higher launch with more spin to keep the ball up in the air. When we worked with Luke, we started out in the 2-5 position. This is the factory neutral setting for mid-launch and mid-spin. He tried a couple of different heads, a couple of different settings, and eventually ended up in 3-5. So this is moving at slight fade bias, but still slightly lower, deeper center of gravity from the weights being back there for a mid-launch. You're going to notice more of a difference moving the ball left to right and right to left on the range. The trajectory from 1 to 6 to 3, 4 is less noticeable. Maybe if you're using a launch monitor, you might be able to see the difference there to the numbers, and you can really tune in your launch data there and get that absolutely spot on. But we found most guys are going to move about sort of 15 yards from left to right across the range by moving it from 1-2 position in the heel to 5-6 in the toe. If a weight moves during the round, if you haven't quite got it centrally located in the slot, as soon as you notice that, it's your responsibility to move it back to the exact position as soon as you can.